Hello everyone, I am Ana Marie D. Mosquera, together with my group, Colleen Jane Ismino and Jobeline Aragon, two B.Ed. students of the University of Southern Mindanao. Today, we will discuss to you the basic rules of table tennis. Table tennis, otherwise known as ping pong, is a very enjoyable and fun game. It is now a sport, an Olympic sport, rather than just a game. This sport played as singles, where one person plays against one person, or doubles, where two people play against two people. This sport has also a rules to follow. The first rule is games are played to 11 points. The player who reach 11 points win the set and must win the best 3 of 5 sets to ultimately win the game. Rule number 2. Alternate serves every 2 points. Each side of the table alternates serving 2 points at a time. There is an exemption. After tied 10 and 10, or what we call the use, service alternates at every point. The question is, can you lose in the service in ping pong? Unfortunately, yes. There is no separate rule for serving on a game point. Rule number 3. Toss the ball straight up when serving. How do you serve the ball in ping pong? Well, your service shall start with the ball resting freely on the open palm behind your end of the table. Toss the ball at least 6 inches straight up and strike it on the way down. It must hit your side of the table and the other side. Take note, once the ball leaves the server's hand, it is in play, and so counts as the receiver's point if the ball is missed or mishit. Rule number 4. The serve can land anywhere in singles. There is no restriction on where the ball lands on your side or your opponent's side. If so, that's your point. Bounces over the side or even hit the edge.
Rule number 5. Double serve must go right to right court. In doubles, the serve must in the service right court diagonally to the receiver's right court. Take note, landing on center line is fair. Doubles partners must switch places after their team service twice. Rule number 6. A serve that touches the net on the way over is a let. Can the ball hit the net in ping pong? The answer is yes. During a rally, if it touches the top of the net and then otherwise lands as a legitimate hit, but not when serving. If a serve ball hits the net on the way over and otherwise legally bounces in play, it's a let service and is done over. There is no limit on how many times this can happen. Rule number 7. Alternate hitting in a doubles rally. Doubles partners must alternate hitting the balls in rally, no matter where the ball lands on the table. Rule number 8. Volley are not allowed. Volley means intentionally or unintentionally hitting or touching the ball before it bounces on the table or goes out of play. Can you hit the ball before it bounces in ping pong? The answer is no. In regular tennis, you may volley the ball or hitting the ball before it bounces on your side of the net. But in table tennis, the result is a point for your opponent. Take note, when your opponent hits a ball that sails over your end of the table without touching it, and then hits you over your paddle, that is your point. Rule number 9. If your hit bounces back over the net by itself, it is your point. If you hit the ball in a rally or on a serve and it bounces back over the net after hitting your opponent's side of the table due to extreme spin without your opponent touching it, that is your point.
Rule number 10. Touching the ball with your paddle hand is allowed. What happens if the ball hits your finger or hand during ping pong rally? If the ball touches your paddle hand and otherwise result in a legal hit, there is no rule violation and play shall continue as normal. Your paddle hand includes all fingers and hand area below the wrist. But what if the ball touches the player's body anywhere else during ping pong rally? You may not touch the ball with no paddle hand for any reason. It will result in a point of your opponent. But if your opponent hits the sail over your side of table without touching it and hits any part of you or your paddle, it's still your point. Rule number 11. You may not touch the table with your non-paddle hand. You may touch the ball or the table with your paddle hand. After reaching in a return or short serve, for example, or other parts of your body. And take note, if the table moves at all from your touching it during a rally, that's your opponent's point. Rule number 12. An edge ball bouncing off the horizontal table is good. An otherwise legal serve or hit may contact the top edge of the horizontal table top surface and counted as valid, even if it bounces sideways. The vertical sides of the table are not part of the legal playing surface. Rule number 13. Honor system applies to these agreements. If no referee is present during a match and the players disagree on a certain call, the honor system applies and the players should find a way to agree or play the point over. Ping pong carries a tradition of fierce but fair play. So, let's have fun and play table tennis.